So we're here with our consignor, Mark Habis, who has a really cool story about a couple pairs of sneakers. So Mark, tell us about the sneakers and tell me how you obtained these.
Well, my brother and I used to go to Bulls practices at the multiplex way before the championships. And Michael was very nice, very accommodating, and we would just park in the parking lot next to his car and wait for him to come out. And usually he'd sign one or two things for us, and he got to see us a couple times a week, and he was very nice to us all the time. Whenever I'd bring a friend with, he'd always, sign for our friend and shake hands with him, take pictures and stuff. He was a great guy. And one day I asked him, how long is the list for shoes? I know a lot of people ask you all the time. And he goes like this, it's this long. And I said, well, can I put my name on the list? He's like, absolutely. I said, you see me all the time. I'm not gonna bother you, I'm not gonna pester you. I'm just gonna remind you that my name is still on the list. He said, sure. So about a month later, I said, Mike, how's that list getting any shorter? He goes like this. I said, okay, good, there's progress, the list is getting shorter. So a month later goes by, and I said, Michael, how's the list getting any shorter? He goes like this. I'm like, all right, more progress, it's getting shorter. So a couple months go by. I'm taking my time, I'm patient, I know there's a lot of people asking them. So one day when I went there, I just said, Michael, how's that list? He goes, come over here. He pops the trunk, he pulls these beauties out of the trunk. I hand him the Sharpie. I said, you know the routine. So he signed it for me. I shook hands with him, thanked him 10 times. I wanted to hug him. But he's like, I'm late for practice, gotta go. And he gave me these shoes, and I have cherished them every minute that I've had them, and I'm so proud of them.
Ever since 1989.
The 89, 90, right around that time.
Wow. And you also have another pair of shoes that has maybe even a more interesting story.
There's another guy you might have heard of. He kind of hangs around with Michael a little bit. His name is Scottie Pippen, and
these are some early ones.
The big thing back then was collecting shoes of the players, and so one day Scottie gets into his car and he's like, what's going on, fellas? And he signed some pictures for us and some cards, and then I said, hey Scottie, you got an extra pair of jumpers I can have? He goes, well, not right now. I go, how about the ones you got on? You're just gonna drive home and park in your garage and walk in the house anyway. You don't need any shoes. So he just started laughing, and he goes, you know what? Come over here. You got a Sharpie? I said, absolutely. I handed him my Sharpie. He signed them for me real nice. And don't tell the Deerfield police, but Scottie Pippen was driving barefoot that day.
Awesome
That's
story.
my story.
Thank you for sharing that. And these both will be going in Heritage Auctions, February 2022 Platinum Night Auction.